Hello and welcome to BOI Weekly. I'm Kayode Alayode. The Bank of Industry has continued to sustain its aggressive plans to make funds available to micro, small and medium enterprises across the country by establishing matching funds with state governments. So far, it has signed MOUs with 20 states in an effort to empower small businesses and encourage local manufacturers at the state level. Since the acting MD, Mr. Waheed Olagunju, mounted the saddle 8 months ago, the bank has established counterpart funds with Abia, Sokoto, and Katsina states. The latest is the 2 billion naira matching fund with the Benue state government, which brings the total sum of funds between BOI and the states to 18.2 billion naira. So we visited Makurdi, the Benue state capital, to witness the MOU signing ceremony. Stay close for all the details. Benue State, known as the food basket of the nation, is no mean contributor to Nigeria's food production, but sits quietly by the Benue River. Even though 70% of the population embraces farming, cultivating a vast array of food and cash crops like rice, peanuts, soybeans, citrus, yam, and palm oil, just to mention a few, its potential in food production and processing can further be maximized through capacity development as well as modern techniques and equipment. The governor, Samuel Otom, who himself is a successful farmer, knows this well. So he invites the Bank of Industry to partner with the state. The night before the MOU is signed, the governor hosts the acting MD of Bank of Industry, Mr. Waheed Olagunju, and his management team to a ceremony where he honored him. The following day was the climax of the visit. Before seeing the governor for the MOU signing, the acting MD decided to visit some of the bank's customers operating in the state.
We imported the machines for the production of those spare parts from the cycle for vehicles. So we start from the distribution units.
Which companies are these that you?
We have talked to Innocent and some other companies. There's a company in Ghana we are negotiating right now. So by the time we are through, they'll lease a part of their production to us.
So when you mentioned Innocent,
yeah,
are you aware that Innocent has shut down?
Yes. You see, because this project was since 2013, 2014.
Yeah.
We now had, it took about 2 years to manufacture the machines, a year ago. So they are just arriving. So that is it.
So in the circumstance, what will you do? Now that Innocent
now we
will not be able to pick from you.
We have taken the mold. We are only making molds for my motorcycle parts that are very cheap and common. So we already have the molds for that already. So we start with the motorcycle parts. We start with the common bumpers of common vehicles. And we tend to penetrate the market by pricing what we import. Let's say. What are these? of different sizes. You know, your mold determines the size, you don't know. These are for small size, like motorcycle parts.
That's like BOI too.
Everything here is like BOI, everything is well.
Once the project visit was done, the BOI delegation headed for the governor's office for the real deal, which is to consummate the agreement between the Bank of Industry and the Benue state government. This partnership will see the bank and Benue state contribute 1 billion naira each to a 2 billion naira counterpart fund. This is expected to robustly support MSMEs in the state so they can increase their production capacities, add value to agricultural and mineral resources, and create jobs. After all the delegates settled down, the acting MD, Wahid Olagunju, announces the value of the counterpart fund, sets some preconditions for accessing the loans so as to de-risk the entrepreneurs, and offers suggestions that would ensure both parties maximize the partnership.
We are putting together 2 billion naira to be contributed in equal proportion, 1 billion by the Benue State government and 1 billion by the Bank of Industry. They are to be disbursed towards supporting micro, small, and medium enterprises in the state. Because the utilization will be in line with BOI's standard terms and conditions, and they will also be in line with CBN requirements, it is important for us to let potential beneficiaries know what these conditions and requirements are. So we'll have to embark on capacity building programs, because capacity must come before capital. There is no point approving loans to entrepreneurs who will not know what to do with the loan. The loans will go bad, and they will also lose their own equity, because looking at the 5 C's of credit, capital is one of the 5 C's. The entrepreneur must have his or her own skin in the game. The entrepreneur must have something to lose if the project fails, because that's the only way you can elicit the commitment of the entrepreneur. And then I also suggested that after the training program, it would be good to keep the beneficiaries in a localized environment. In other words, let's have industrial parks. If we have one industrial park, starting with one in each senatorial district, so that electricity will be provided, other infrastructure will be provided, they will share those facilities. When that happens, that reduces their startup costs. It reduces their operating expenses. It enhances their viability prospects. They will share knowledge, they will share skills, they will share experience. There will be synergy. The output of one can be the input for the other. It makes credit administration much easier, because financial institutions will be more comfortable when the entrepreneurs and customers are located in a secured environment where they can monitor. Then the capacity building too to be easier to deliver and more efficient when they are localized. So the advantages are enormous if there are industrial parks. If we can roll out with one in each senatorial district, that would be very, very good. So that when talking about meeting requirements too, they'll be the better position to meet those requirements. When you are in an industrial park, you don't need a CFO, for example. You don't need governor's consent to assignment, because we know that most SMEs cannot afford what it costs to process these documents in Nigeria today, because according to the Land Use Act, all lands are vested in governors. And we know MSMEs have challenges meeting those requirements. And it's important when you go to a financial institution to show ownership of the location of the property. According to the law, that's the only way you can do so, by providing the CFO or the governor's consent assignment. But if you're an industrial park, then the financial institution will understand that you are in such a localized environment, and will help their credit delivery process. The governor has also requested that we should establish an office in Makurdi. I've consulted with my colleagues, and I've been asked to let you know that after the signing ceremony, we would expect that the state government would help us with accommodation, because we've been expanding in a cost-effective manner. State government must show that they need our services. And one of the ways of doing so is by making accommodation available.